Yo, what's going on, guys? So yesterday I did make a video on how I farmed my mage blood this league, and most of the currency that I got came from rerolling awakened gems with bestiary craft. So in today's video I want to show you a highlight from one of my streams when I did 100 of these rerolls. And in fact this was actually towards the end of me getting mage blood, so I believe I needed to hit maybe like two big awakened gems like Spell Cascade or Multi-Strike that goes for 10 divines plus. And if I did hit one, I still was able to buy it, but I would probably have to do a lot of other trading, like selling some of my essences, my beasts, and so on. And I also would still need like quite a lot of 1 to 3 divine gems. So I was hoping to hit something big so I could buy my mage blood. And obviously this strategy is a gamble, but it is what I like to call a calculated gamble, where if you look at prices of the gems and prices of the beasts, on average you should make profit in the long run. So if you just buy 5 divines of beasts, you might hit something big and you're just gonna make a good profit, but you might get nothing. But if you do maybe like 100 or 200, 500 rerolls, then on average you should expect to make profit. Obviously, I don't know exact math behind it because some of the gems appear less often, like Spell Cascade appears much less often than something like added lightning damage or added fire damage, so I don't know exact math. But when I checked the prices of the beasts and prices of the gems, it looked pretty good, so I gave it a shot. And I believe at the end I ended up doing something like 500 rerolls, so I think I had a pretty good sample size. With this amount, you should expect to get a decent average, and as you can see, I was able to buy a mage blood, so it should be pretty good. Obviously now the beasts are more expensive, but I do believe if we wait maybe a few days, maybe a week or two, prices are gonna adjust and it's also gonna be still pretty good. So like I said, I just wanted to give you a highlight to show you how this strategy looks. And also you're gonna see that it is still pretty time consuming, so it's not just a harvest gamble where you just buy one card, you click, and that's it. Here you still have to buy a ton of gems, a ton of beasts, then you have to go to bestiary, roll them. You still have to farm your yellow beasts, or you just buy them, but then you pay a little bit extra. So it is pretty time consuming, and I think these 100 beasts, just to get them, roll them, buy the gems, sell all of the gems, I think it took me like 3, maybe even 5 hours. So it's pretty time consuming. That's why it's probably not for everyone. But now let's look at the highlight. Okay, so what do I have here is 100 Vivid Watchers, which are the beasts that lets you reroll Awaken a gem to different ones. So I have 100 of them, and I have 70 cheap Awakened gems, which I was buying for up to 35 chaos. So overall, I did spend 100 times 85 because I was buying Vivid Watchers for up to 85, sometimes for 90 actually, sometimes for 80, so I would say average 85. So 8.5k chaos just on Vivid Watchers. 70 times, I would say 35. A lot of them I bought for like 30, 29, 28, but the highest price was 35, so let's say 35 times 70 plus 8,500. And also for 100 reels, I need 3 yellow beasts per one, which go for 2 chaos each. So I'm gonna need 300 yellow beasts, so 600 chaos. And the reason why I decided to go for 100 beasts and only 70 gems is because sometimes gems are gonna turn into something that I'm just gonna reroll again. So I don't think I'm gonna need 100 gems. I'm probably gonna need a little bit less. So yeah, 100 rerolls over the 70 gems. Divines right now are 150, right? 154 actually. So It's 75 divines investment. I guess 75 divines gamba. So we're gonna see if I'm gonna make profit or am I gonna lose. And let's go. Number 1. So in case you were wondering, I did this earlier. And one time out of 30, I got only one gem that was worth quite a lot, like 10 divines. Earlier today, I also did this and I did 80 rerolls. And I didn't get a single gem that was worth more than 5 divines. So I actually lost a decent amount of money. Not like a lot, I think I lost like 10-20%. Because I still got decent amount of like 1, 2, 3 divine gems. But yeah, overall, recently I have been pretty unlucky. So what I am leaving is these gems are like 60, 70, 80 chaos, which is still loss. But base gem is 35c, so you can still sell them for like 30, 40 chaos more, which means you're actually like losing only 40c on a beast instead of 80 chaos. So it's still like getting a little bit of your money back. If I would be like super rich and I didn't care about that, I actually would still reroll them. The ones that are selling for like 60, 70. So this is completely worthless. This is just money back. I guess 45c. So it is technically like 15c. Better than, or 10c better than the base one, but still would just reroll it. Would say anything above like 55. I am not rerolling.
The ritual is complete.
Total destruction is actually also cheap. This is like 38. This one is, yeah, like 100, so this is a good one. This is 80. This is 70. This is 60. So all of these actually didn't make me any money. I'm still actually minus. It's actually been actually so bad luck so far. I've been pretty unlucky. Not a single one that actually made me money. This one is 105c. So to make money, I need to make 35c plus 6 chaos for beast plus 85 chaos, at least 126 chaos. If it doesn't sell for 126 chaos, which is like 0. 8 divines, I'm actually losing money. So far not a single one made me money. Kinda unlucky. But the way you do it is you just constantly are not really making money, but then at some point you get a big one, and that big one makes you a lot of money. So this one is 2.1. So this one, I guess, paid for like 2 or 3 previous ones. I'm still at minus mental focus. So this one is also decent. It's like 1.5. So I am getting some of my money back. Still not positive, probably.
The ritual is complete.
Melee splash, so that one is also a reroll. So let's grab another 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's go for the second round. So the first round was pretty bad. I think I lost money, but the last 2 saved me a little bit. Vicious projectile, that's kind of bad. I wonder which ones I'm gonna get most of. This one is like 60, yeah. That's a reroll. Damn, so far I am getting really unlucky. Even if I right now get like a big gem, like multi-strike or something, I mean, it would be profit, I think, but it wouldn't be like insane profit because everything else has been so unlucky so far. Like you need to get actually a good constant amount of like 1 divine, 1.5 divines, like these, like 2 divines. Like you need to get them decently off them to actually not lose money. I don't know exactly what are the chances for the big ones, but it's definitely weighted. Also, from what I noticed, elemental damage with attacks actually appears pretty often, which is good because it's one of the decently expensive 2 divines.
You are truly a survivor.
That's a bad one.
Prove to the first ones you are worthy.
I wonder how long it's
exile.
gonna take to do it.
The ritual is complete.
Blasphemy, I think it's like 50, 40. I think that's a reroll.
Prove to the first ones you are worthy, exile.
But as you can see, I'm getting like decent amount of gems to reroll again, so
The
I'm
ritual
definitely not
is
gonna need
complete.
the 100. X-Touch I think is also pretty bad.
You are truly a survivor.
Castaway Channeling, I think it's like 1 divine. Yeah, that one is decent.
Ritual is complete.
And another. I told you that this one appears very often. Let's grab another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. More gems. And series number 3. So second one actually was very similar. I think I got 3 and 3.
Prove to the first ones you are
But
worthy,
still not
exile.
a single big gem.
You are truly a survivor. The first ones are
One time when I did it, I
survivor.
was getting 1 big gem,
Don't
so like
disappoint
5 divines plus,
You are
per
truly
10
a
rerolls.
survivor.
But I think that was very lucky. Shouldn't be getting this many. But still, even like 1 every 20 or 30 would be
Prove to the first ones
nice
you
to
are
get.
worthy, exile.
So hopefully I'm gonna get
The
one this time.
ritual is complete. The first ones are watching, survivor.
Control Distraction
Don't
used to be very
disappoint
good
them.
gem, but now it's
The ritual
useless.
is complete.
But Manipulation is actually like 2.5, 2.8. So yeah, this one is pretty good.
Complete.
Brutality. That's like 70
Prove
chaos, I
to
think.
the first ones you are worthy, exile.
So I'm trying to separate
You
them.
are
Like here are
truly a survivor.
cheap ones that I'm keeping. Here are like medium ones, and here I'm gonna put the expensive ones, which so far don't want to appear.
Prove to the survivor.
Custom crit. So this one is like 1.5. Yeah, it used to be very good, but now it's kind of bad. And it is one of the rarer ones, so this is kind of a wasted one because it could have been
Don't
one of
disappoint
the
them.
expensive ones, but it's not.
The ritual is complete.
That fire is worthless. How many
Don't
WoW
disappoint them.
GMP? I
You
got
are
one
truly a
yesterday earlier,
survivor.
but that was a part of unlucky session. So it was still profit, but it wasn't a big
Prove
profit.
to the first ones you're complete.
And another series with
I must
not a
have
single
time
big one.
to gather my will.
So 30 so far.
The first ones are watching, survivor.
How many do you think I will
Don't
get?
disappoint
The
them.
5 divines plus.
Truly a survivor.
I hope for like
Prove to the
4.
first ones
That
you're
would be
worthy,
nice.
exile.
It's 100. We are doing 100
You
beasts
are
right now.
truly a survivor. The first ones
75
are watching,
75 divines
Don't
gamble.
disappoint them. Is complete.
Yeah, damage is decent.
Point them.
I'm gonna put them in some tower pretty soon. I'm running out of space
You
slowly.
are truly a survivor.
It's another bad one.
You are truly a survivor.
Affliction, I think is like 1 div. Oh, it's 1.1.1, but everything else 1.7, so it's actually a pretty good one.
The first ones are watching, survivor.
I mean, not like
Don't disappoint them.
actually good, but
You
it
are
pays for like
truly
2
a
beasts.
survivor.
Okay, this one was same thing. 1.2, 1.3. So pays like for like 2 rerolls maybe.
The first ones are watching,
Yeah,
survivor.
so far I am on a loss, I
Don't
think.
disappoint
Not
them.
too sure, obviously I'm gonna calculate everything at the
You
end,
are
but
truly a survivor.
Fork, finally. It's not the best one, but it's 10 divines. Finally we got something big. So now with Fork, I think I am up.
The first ones are watching, survivor.
I don't think it's like big up,
Don't disappoint them.
because majority of Fork has to pay for the
You
other
are truly a survivor.
losses, but at least now if I hit something
The
big,
first ones are watching, survivor.
insane cut
Don't
selling.
disappoint them.
Now that I hit something big, it's gonna be pure profit, so... Come on,
You
give
are
me Spell
truly a
Cascade.
survivor.
Nope.
The ritual is complete.
And nope. So how many that I did? I actually forgot. Was it 30 or 40? 10, 20, 30, probably 40. Yeah, I did 40. Let's put them actually here. The cheapest ones. For now.
I must have time to gather my
Okay,
will.
so after this, I'm gonna be halfway
The
done.
first ones are watching survivor. Truly a survivor.
Fire pen. Haven't gotten a single burning
exile.
damage. Burning damage is actually pretty expensive. It's like 2 divines, I think. And usually I'm getting quite a lot of them.
The ritual
That is a bit unlucky.
complete. Are truly a survivor.
The elements is I think like 60 chaos.
The ritual is complete.
That's 1 divine.
Prove to the
So
first
slowly I
ones you are
think
worthy
my
exile.
advantage from getting fork is melting. Because I am not getting anything
You are
that great.
truly a survivor.
Another melee splash. I really need like a spell cascade. Spell cascade is I think 15 divines.
You are truly a survivor. The first ones are watching survivor.
And I think that's how this gamble
Don't
works. You
disappoint
basically get like nothing or like a little bit profit until you get like something big. Even like something as big as 4 from time to time is not gonna be good enough. You actually need to get like multiple of them or like the biggest ones, which is spell cascade, which goes for 15.
Ritual is complete.
The focus, that's like 1.5 div.
You are truly a survivor.
It's another one, okay. At least I am getting decent ones. So I did 50 so far. And these paid for like probably like 30 of them.
You are truly a survivor.
And that called I think is 100. Actually maybe a lot of these actually went up in price. Like actually maybe not. But I do remember minion damage was also like 60. Now it's 100, so it actually went up. Brutality also went up. It was also like 60 or maybe even 80. Now it's like 110, so yeah.
Have time to gather my will.
I probably will not even need all of the gems. It means I am actually getting unlucky. Because if you are getting lucky, if I would be getting lucky, then I would be constantly putting them away. So I would actually need more gems. If I'm constantly rerolling the same ones, that means I'm getting unlucky.
Ritual is complete.
Minion damage is decent. Another one. Fortunately, they went up in price a little bit, so that's at least a little bit of money.
The ritual is complete.
Our control distraction. Only when I get control distraction, I think it's spell cascade because they look very similar. They actually look almost the same. Control distraction and spell cascade.
Is complete.
Don't ailment. That's another like 1 divine.
Prove to the first ones you are worthy, exile.
But again, I am spending like 120 C, 110 C, yeah, 120 C per reroll, so 1 divine is just a little bit profit.
The ritual is complete.
By manipulation. Not getting that many of them. Usually I would get more of them.
You are truly a survivor. The first ones are watching.
Well, this was so far not so great. So I did what, 60? And I got 1 big gem.
Truly a survivor.
70, I think, right? 60. That's gonna be 70, 80, 90, 100. So after this, it's gonna be 70.
You are truly a survivor.
It's another bad one.
Prove to
I
the
mean,
first ones
decent,
you are
I guess.
worthy,
70
exile.
KS. A little bit of
The
money back.
ritual is complete.
Oh, finally. Another void
The
manipulation.
first ones are watching
Starting getting
survivor.
more of them. And they are like
Don't
0.5
disappoint
divine,
them.
so... Ooh, almost died. That would be bad.
Ritual is complete.
I guess wouldn't be that bad, since it's just
The first ones
Malefiz.
are watching survivor. The ritual is complete.
Blasphemy, Reroll.
Prove to the first ones you
Actually,
are
this time I
worthy,
didn't get that
exile.
many rerolls
You
in
are
this series of
truly a
10.
survivor. Is complete.
Another void manipulation, nice. I'm
Prove
getting
to
some
the
money
first
back.
ones you are worthy, exile.
Yeah, if it's gonna end up with just fork, I think I'm gonna lose money
My
still.
mana is spent.
I need to get at least
The
one.
ritual
If I'm
is
gonna get one
complete.
more, I think I'm gonna be a little bit positive. Like one big one. If I'm gonna
The
get two, I
first
think
ones are
that's gonna
watching
be a good
survivor.
profit.
Truly a survivor.
Well,
Prove to
looks
the
like
first
another
ones you are
10
worthy,
without
exile.
big gem.
The ritual is complete.
A mental damage. At least that's like 2 divines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's put these ones here. Make some space.
The first ones are watching survivor.
I also have to remember that it took me a while to buy these. Like, you can't really buy 100 in bulk of these beasts. So I was just buying them like one by one, sometimes like 5, sometimes 7 from one trade. It took me a lot of time. Same with gems. Gems is actually even harder, because you have to buy them one by one. There is no like bulk buying these gems. So it took me like few hours to get 100. So it's not just like, oh, you get 100, you roll, you get money. You also spend a lot of time buying them. Increase AoE, so that's like in between, it's like what, 3? 4. Yeah, so it's not a big one, but it's good.
The first ones are truly a survivor.
Determines. This was a decent series so far. A lot of like with manipulation, elemental damage for attacks, stuff like that. So even without a big one, these 10 were actually pretty good. Unless now I'm gonna get only bad ones, then yeah, it's gonna be kind of whatever. Well, I guess still with increased AoE, it's pretty good. Okay, minion damage is fine. Come on, GMP, multi-strike, spell cascade. I think these 3 are the biggest ones.
The first ones are watching survivor.
I might be missing something. Like spell echo is also only 5 divines. Chains is also only 5 divines, I think.
You are truly a survivor.
Okay, elemental damage is pretty good. And then also obviously you have to sell all of these gems, so that's another issue. Right? It's actually pretty time consuming. Well, we're getting close to the end. I really have to get lucky here. Otherwise, I think this is gonna be a loss. Pretty sure.
Truly a survivor. It's complete. A survivor.
What's the prices of the base gems? So the ones that are cheap that I was buying for rerolling went up. I was actually able to buy them for like 25C earlier. Now I had to buy them for 35. Even some of them went up to even 40, but I wasn't buying those. Well, not getting lucky on these last ones. Come on, just one big hit. Damn.
You are truly a survivor. The ritual is complete.
That's like 1 divine. Another thing I can do is then I can use the beasts that increase the level of the gems by 1.
The first ones are watching survival.
And I could sell them leveled up,
Don't
but to be
disappoint
honest,
them.
selling leveled up gems takes a
The
long time.
ritual is complete.
And also it takes a long time to level them up because it's 4 beasts, so you also need a lot of yellow beasts to do that, so it's kinda annoying. So I just sell them without leveling. But you could do that for additional profit. Well, last 10.
Prove to
I
the
really
first ones
hope I'm
you are
gonna get
worthy,
something here.
exile. You are truly a survivor. You are truly a survivor.
1 divine.
Is complete.
It's another 1.
The first
1.5
ones are
or something.
survivor. You are truly a survivor. You are truly a survivor.
Last
First
5.
ones are watching survivor.
I
Is
must
complete.
have time to gather my will.
You are truly a survivor.
Now we're just decent.
The first ones
Last
are watching
3.
survivor. Is complete.
2 more.
Is complete.
And last 1. Come on.
Prove to the first ones you are worthy, exile. The ritual is complete.
And nope. So 26, like between 50 and 1 divine. 27 between 1 divine and 3 divines. 1 4.5 and 1 10 divines. Even less. It's probably gonna go down. Actually, fork is usually not that expensive. So yeah, it's probably gonna sell for like 7 or something. So yeah, let's count everything now. I am done calculating everything, so now let's look at the profit breakdown. So I started with 70 awakened gems, but I rerolled 15 times into the cheap ones, so I ended up losing only 55 gems. I used 100 vivid waters, and for this I used 300 yellow beasts. This is the price that you would have to pay for them if you would buy them on TFT, but I used my own yellow beast, so I didn't end up losing this money, but just to show you how much you would lose if you would buy everything, I ended up leaving it in here. The same thing with gems. I was buying them for up to 35 chaos, which means a lot of them I was buying for like 25, 30, or anything in between. So I ended up not losing this amount. Same with vivid waters. Some of them I was buying for 85 or something, or even cheaper. So it's not exactly how much I lost, but this is basically the top of what I would have lost if I was buying everything for maximum price that I set for myself. And it ended up, I ended up losing like 3 hours, but I didn't include it anywhere in the calculations. Here you can see all of the gems, and you can clearly see that some of these gems appear to way often than the other. This is probably because I think there are tiers of gems. I don't know if there's 3 tiers, but there are definitely 2 tiers. As you can see, these appear way often than these ones, and there are still some of them that didn't appear. So most of these are very expensive, and these ones are considered big hits. But as you can see here, Cast and Crit, Castle Channeling, and even Increase AoE are not that expensive. I guess Increase AoE is like 5 divines, but the only expensive one I got was Fork, which I sold for 8 divines. So I actually in here didn't even end up getting any of the actual expensive ones, like Spell Cascade, which I believe was going for like 15 divines at this point. Same with Multi-Strike, I think it was like 13. So I got, I would say, pretty unlucky. But as you can see here, at the profit, I still ended up making 5 divines. So for this result, was it lucky? Was it unlucky? I don't think we can ever be certain. You would have to probably do like few thousands of these rerolls to get the exact number. I think this was actually kind of average, what you should expect. So most of the time, you are gonna make a little bit of profit, at least with these prices. But as you can see here, sometimes even if you get the tier 1 gems, you are gonna get the cheap ones. And just to show you, for example, something like Awakened Arrow Nova, within all of my, I think like 500 rerolls, I've seen this one only one time. But as you can see here, it is still 35 chaos. So just because you get a rare gem doesn't mean it's gonna be expensive. Sometimes you're gonna get tier 1 and it's gonna be Arrow Nova. Sometimes you get it and it's gonna be multi-strike. So it's not only RNG how many tier 1 gems you get, but also there is RNG actually which tier 1 gems you get, and not all of them are expensive. Also, if you look here, like I said, I didn't buy beasts. I was using my own, which would obviously increase the amount of time it takes to do this, but if I wasn't buying them, let's remove this. If I was buying these for like, let's say 80, 82, 83, which is actually quite a lot of them was buying for this price, maybe Awakened jumps for like 28. You can see now that it jumps up to 15 divines, so small differences can actually make a lot of profit. Now with current prices, let me show you. If you go to Vivid Watcher, they go for 0.7 and the divines are, let's check, 180. So I think the price is around 140 chaos or something like that. Let me check exactly. 180 times 0.7. It's actually more like 85, but whatever. Yeah, it's around 130 chaos. Is it still worth it? I think now it is a bit more of a gamble. When I was doing it, I think it was a bit more on the pretty much guaranteed profit side if you do it in the long run. Now it might be a gamble, especially since now a lot of the big Awakened gems like Spell Cascade went up in price. So just to show you, they go for now 17. I was selling them when I was getting them for like 11 to 14, something like multi-strike. I actually got quite a few multi-strikes and I was able to sell them for 8 to 9 divines, and now they are almost 15. So a lot of them also went up in price. But I think the biggest thing is not the actual big hits, it's just the medium hits. So things like Swift Affliction, for example. I did price it at, where is it? Here. 1.7 divine. Now it is 1.3, so it actually went down a little bit. And it is, I think, with a lot of these gems. Burning damage, 1.5, 1.6. I think it's the same. So a lot of these didn't change in price within the last few days. So I would say now you definitely have to rely on getting the big hits. So it is a bit more of a gamble, but we'll see what happens with the market. I'm definitely gonna keep up with the market, checking what are the prices of the beasts, prices of the gems, and maybe I'm gonna repeat it in the future. It is pretty fun to do. The only annoying thing is obviously buying all of these beasts and gems, but I actually quite like it. It reminds me a little bit of leveling gems in simulacrums, but now instead of leveling, you just are rerolling them. So, and it's obviously in simulacrum, it's not a gamble. Here you are gambling, but it is still pretty fun. So yeah, I might do it again. So that's gonna be it in this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.